This is approximately 300 square feet, and currently it has 2 residents, and they live, sleep, and do life down in this basement apartment. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks, and hopefully you're going to get some ideas to make your small space a little bit more functional. Guys, we had to do some really interesting work to make the 300 square feet feel a lot bigger than it is, but it's something that anyone can do. One of the things I love about this small space is the open shelving. There's open shelving in the kitchen because when you have a lower ceiling, the whole idea of putting upper cupboards in would really bring the space down and make it feel even lower than it is. Imagine if there was cupboards that came down to here. It would really close the space in. It would feel like the low ceiling is kind of crouching in on you and making it feel even lower. So in a small space, always consider the use of open shelves. So having open shelves gives to a feeling of airiness and makes the space feel bigger than it actually is. One of the other things that makes this kitchen work in this really small space is the scaled backsplash tile. Imagine if we had a backsplash this small and we would have used regular size subway tiles. It just would have had a completely different feel. But by finding these smaller versions of the same classic subway tile, we were able to give the illusion of more space because we could fit more tile on this backsplash. The extra grout lines, the extra tile, it gives the illusion like the backsplash is a bigger space than it actually is. Another trick that you could do in a small space like this would be to lay the backsplash tiles going vertically instead of the traditional horizontal way. That would also bring the eye up and elevate the whole idea that the room seems to be taller than it actually is. One of the things that I love that we found for this small apartment is the bathroom mirror. First of all, it's wide enough and it's broad enough to really reflect the light and make the space feel bigger than it is. As you can imagine, it's a very small bathroom. But not only is it large and doing its job as a mirror, but when you turn the panels towards you, pull them in towards you, it reveals some hidden storage. Another really great way to come up with creative ways to store things when you have a small space. So in this case, the homeowner has hung all of her jewelry behind the bathroom mirror. Love this. You guys, it's from IKEA, super inexpensive. It actually had this little like iron detail thing we were supposed to screw in the top to make it look pretty, but we just left it off because we really love the clean lines that it has without it. You need to have a bed in your living space and you don't have space to do a sofa bed or a Murphy bed, consider just getting a single size bed and setting it up like a day bed. Honestly, in this case, you don't even need to have a fancy headboard or footboard or anything. Just throw some pillows along the wall. Super inexpensive way to make it cozy and comfortable and look fine when your guests come over. It doesn't always feel like you're walking into someone's bedroom. The other really great thing about this specific piece of furniture is there's drawers underneath. Again, limited storage. So any of her off-season clothes or whatever she wants can be stored tucked out of the way underneath a really practical bed like this. Now, one time a number of years ago, I was on Instagram and I saw a beautiful ensuite for a master bedroom, and the bathroom was tiny, but it was beautiful. And I remember thinking, how on earth does she put out her makeup or spread out products if she needs to get ready or whatever, do her hair? How does that work if she doesn't have any counter space? So I sent her a message and I was like, I love your bathroom, stunning, it's beautiful. How on earth do you manage to put your makeup on or whatever with no counter space? What's your trick? This is the trick she told me, and I tucked it away, and you guys, it is a genius idea for a space this size. We found this really large cutting board with a hole in it, so we were able to hang it on the wall in the bathroom, and it looks like a just really lovely texture and some warm woods when you enter into the washroom. But when you need extra counter space, you just take it off the wall, lay it across the vanity, and it provides you all of the counter space that you would possibly need to lay out all of your toiletries and anything you might need while you're getting ready. I love that idea. I think that's genius. Tuck that one away too, you guys. It opens up a whole world of really inexpensive vanities that have no countertops. Suddenly they become an option for your small space because you can create your own countertop with a cutting board. I forget who that person was. If I knew, I would give them all the credit in the world. It was somebody I came across on Instagram one time. Love that idea. Other storage furniture was really essential for this place in that there's not a lot of storage. So she opted for a coffee table that's an ottoman. And of course, you know, you open up an ottoman and you can put whatever you want inside of it. I have one in my home. I store all of my off-season sweaters in the ottoman that's in our basement. Really consider being creative when you come up with furniture ideas for small spaces. It might not be what you would really prefer. I know for me, I prefer a hard actual coffee table, but I also understand the need for storage space. So sometimes you might need to compromise a little bit on the design you want in order to get something that's a lot more functional and practical for everyday use. We also have this small side. I believe when we first bought this years ago, it was actually supposed to be a change table for a baby. But it was on sale. It fit the budget that we were working within at the time. And so we just brought it into this space and changed out the hardware to make it look a little bit more nice. And that's it. I mean, she can use it for extra clothing storage or whatever it is she's gonna need to tuck away out of sight so that her place looks neat and tidy. So we put a barn door in this space, and I gotta tell you, it was a genius idea. The homeowner was the one that suggested this, and I thought it was so fantastic. This barn door conceals either the bedroom or the bathroom. So neither of those spaces really need to be used at the same time, so it worked really well for this specific purpose. So really consider how you can make the most of your small space by doing something like a dual purpose barn door. I highly recommend checking out IKEA. I'm sure you guys already know that, but IKEA has some really functional items for really small spaces, and a lot of their stuff is on wheels, and so it's perfect. So stick around for more of this series. Again, if you have any questions or if you want me to address certain topics, please comment. I would love to hear your feedback. There are really simple things you can do to make the most of your small space, the most of your budget, to stretch your finances as far as they can go, so that you can live in a home that you love and that reflects your style and what really makes your heart sing.